Notice any thoughts that immediately come to your mind. And moving straight into pranayama, we're using samavriti, just equal breath, to make sure that both inhalation and exhalations are of the same length. Use your breath to anchor your attention so you can stay present, so feeling all that is happening in your body, in the subtle realm of your mind, and perhaps any emotions that begin to surface up as you start practicing. So we've got a new theme this month. We're moving into balancing postures. So think for a moment what balance means to you. So I'm sure that you all thought about the physical balance, so standing on one leg, your hands, whatever it might be, but surely there's a lot more to balance. So think of work-life balance or a balanced diet. There are so many spheres or realms in which we can seek balance. So essentially in yoga, when you start practicing any balancing postures, they help to hone your attention, because really without finding that calm, that still place in your mind, you will likely fall out of your balance, which isn't a bad thing. It doesn't make you a bad person or a bad yogi. Every day is different, and sometimes it's really difficult to sharpen your concentration to be able to find that internal harmony or equilibrium to be able to balance on one leg. Let alone doing all sorts of weird twists or pretzel shapes. So all the physical feats are indeed impressive, but what about the mental balance and the emotional balance? By embodying the physical balance, you teach yourself how to stay present, how to bring the energy back into the core, into your physical body. So that can help to alleviate stress. So that's probably one of the best reasons to practice balancing. But I also argue that practicing yoga does exactly that, not necessarily just balancing postures. So throughout today's practice, think how you can find your center. Remain steady and calm whilst balancing. And by finding that still place in your mind, see if you can approach difficulties with perhaps a more serene mind frame. Notice where your center of balance is right now as you're seated. Begin to engage your deep core muscles as you breathe out, and try to keep that engagement as on the inhalation. So this is what will help you balance This is where the bandhas come into play. And just take 5 more deep rounds of breath. Focusing on the abdomen, on the sense of groundedness. And then when you're ready, open your eyes. So you'll transition into toe stand. So make sure that the pinkies are down as well. So readjust them. Really good for the plantar fascia. And also brings your awareness to what's happening in the feet. So if there's already any tightness, any tension. Inhale, extend your arms wide. Push the chest through, and then as you exhale, bring your right arm underneath where the elbows meet, and then double wrap your arms. So Garudasana arms. Gently wrap the shoulder blades around your upper back, squeeze your core, and then lift the elbows up. Hands go away from your face. Keep breathing deeply, and notice if there's any density. Any stagnation, maybe just outright tightness. And then inhale, find a gentle back bend. Exhale, crunch. Twice more. Inhale. And exhale. One more time. Breathing in, slowly unravel, open through the chest, reach out through the hands, and exhale, switching sides. So left arm underneath, see if you can double wrap. If not, you can always grab the opposite shoulder. And start with the shoulder blades, and then work towards your hands. Notice how this side is feeling. Don't push beyond your limits. And send your breath to where you feel any tension or tightness. Then inhale, hook the shoulder blades against the back of your ribs. And exhale, round your back. So twice more. Inhale up. And exhale down. Feel the movement of the spine. And one more. Then inhale, gently release, open through the chest. Exhale, come to the center. See if you can stay on your toes. Bring the right hand to the shoulder, lift your elbow up, and then gently push it down. So keep the core engaged. And if you want to stay here, stay, or you can bring the left hand behind if the fingers meet. And then gently pull on the right hand. This is Gomukhasana arms. Try to keep the spine long, shoulders relaxed. Try to corset your ribs in slightly. And then gently release, switching sides. So start with just opening through the left shoulder and the shoulder blade by pushing the elbow down. Notice how that feels if you want to stay here. And then maybe bring the hand behind. So this one, the full expression of the pose with the arms, it's good because one shoulder is an external rotation, so the left one, and the right one is internal rotation. So you can feel how differently the shoulders are operating and what kind of engagement is required. Just a couple of breaths here. And then inhale, release. Give your shoulders a little shake. Release your feet. That should feel quite good right now. and then come down onto your back. So starting with modified Viparita Karani, but to find a core engagement. So glue your lower back to the mat, your navel is drawn to the spine, and legs squeeze together. So see how far you can bring the legs towards you without using your arms. And breathe. Just a couple more breaths here. Keep squeezing the legs together and find that dynamic flexibility. So using the core to bring the legs in. And then bring the left leg down, right leg stays up. See where you can grab hold of the right leg, so behind the calf, the ankle, maybe the foot, but you don't want to allow the leg to slide outwards. So even though that's easier, we want to bring it close so the top of the thigh reaches towards the bottom of the floating ribs, or the inner thigh reaches towards the center of your chest. So if you need a strap for this, use a strap. Try to relax your shoulders and gently bring the leg closer to you. So a couple of breaths here, press down through the left heel. So energetically spread the legs apart. And now kick the leg into the hands so the hamstrings engaged. And then as you inhale, release and bring the leg closer to your chest. I'm going to do it twice more. So kick the foot or the leg into the hands. Keep the Uddiyana Bandha. And then release and passive stretch. Bring the leg closer to you. And one more time. Kick it into the hands. And then bring it in. Engaging the core, so lift the shoulder blades off the mat and bring your head towards the leg. So even though you're using your hands, you still want to feel that fire igniting in your core. Calm and steady breathing. Press down through the left heel. And then inhale, release, swap the legs. This one feels like lead. Okay, same principle. See how open the left leg is. If you need to use a strap on this side, it's perfectly fine. And first of all, just starting with a passive stretch, see how far your body is welcoming, like bringing the leg closer to you. Don't push it, especially as we're warming up. And then starting with the eccentric contraction, so push the leg into the hands, engage through the hamstrings, keep breathing. And then gently release, bring the leg closer, notice what's changing. And kick the leg into the hands. Release, pull it closer. And one more time, kick it strongly, keep breathing. Core is active. Just a little bit more. And bring the leg closer to you. Then inhale, lift the shoulder blades off the mat. Belly button is in. Reach the forehead to the leg and hold it. Calm and steady breath, equanimous mind, and just embrace the heat. Just a little bit more, and then release, bring the leg down. So rest for a moment, shake your legs, and then lift both the legs up. Bring the hands slightly underneath your bum or just to the sides of the body so you can actively press your lower back into the ground to support it a little bit more. So legs together, draw the navel in, inhale, and then as you exhale slowly, Still pressing the lower back into the mat, you lower the legs all the way, squeeze your glutes and hold it. So check where your legs are, and then you can bring the head down, squeeze the legs together, keep breathing for another 3, 2, it's all good, 1, and then inhale, bring them up. Exhale, lower down, let them hover for 3. It's going to be a really long 3. For 2, press your lower back down. For 1, inhale up. We've got 2 more rounds. Exhale, lower, and then maybe you start to sizzle at the legs. Try to deepen the breath. Soften the face, keep the posterior pelvic tilt, so that can help you find more of the core engagement. Come to the center, inhale up, and exhale, bring it down, hold it, use your glutes, that will help you. And then scissor the legs if that feels good. Or if you want a challenge, because I don't know if it exactly feels great right now. Just a little bit more. Enjoy the heat. For another 3, 2, 1. Bring the legs all the way up and hold. Bring them as close to you as you can, just using the strength of your core. You can press down through the hands. For 3. Lift your sacrum off the mat. For 2, for 1, and then slowly bring it down. Constructive rest position, feet as wide as the mat, knees knocking towards each other. Take a deep breath in, sigh out, and then windscreen the legs from side to side. Just notice how that feels. Just bring some release and fresh energy to the hips, the groin, the hip flexors, and then bring it back up. So this time we're finding dynamic leg switches. So right leg stays up, left leg is hovering above the mat. You can always bring it all the way down if you need to. And again, you can stay with the shoulder blades head down or lift it up. Hands in the back of the head, and then switch the legs and switch. Try not to kick, but reach and lift. Feel your breath, feel the heat. Keep moving, looking good. Try to move both legs at once. Beautiful, so graceful. Keep going, enjoy it. Just a few more times. Lift the shoulder blades a bit higher if you can. Both legs up, knees reach towards the elbows reach towards the knees, and hold it for 3, 2, 1, and release. Wow, I can really feel that one. Then roll over, bending the legs, and extend the legs out. So we do need to do some leg lifts, you know that. So if you want to add a bit of variety, you can bring the block and lift the leg over it. If you just want to do it in the same spot, it's perfectly fine as well. So turn towards the leg, gently tilt your pelvis back. Prop yourself up on the fingertips, and then inhale, lift it up. Hold it. Breathe. It's all good. Allow the legs to shake, quiver. It's all fine. And bring it down. Release it, switch to the other side. So try to square your chest towards that leg. Brace your core, and then inhale, lift it up. Notice how that side feels. If it's easier, if it's harder, where you can feel the challenge or intensity. Just stay with it. You're doing great. Excellent. And then bring it down, release. Okay. Come up to standing. Shake your legs out. We'll do a little experiment. So come into your Samasthiti, whichever version you go for, feet together or hip distance apart, and then simply close your eyes. So feel your breath, feel your body, and focus on your feet. So in all likelihood, you're not perfectly still, but nothing in life in the world really is. Nothing is ever perfectly still, and it's great. Then open your eyes. So that's the stabilizing muscles in your feet and your ankles trying to keep you in this position. And obviously the more you practice, the better your proprioception gets, so your body's innate ability to detect the position in space or the motion. So now a tip for balancing standing postures, that you spread your toes wide and you press down through the outer edges, so the three corners of your feet, to lift the inner arches of the feet. So then it works like a suction pad. So once you've done that, close your eyes and feel for yourself how different is it. It might not feel better, it might feel weird, but it should definitely feel different. We're going for steadier or more anchored, but it's not always like that. Okay, then open your eyes. From your Samasthiti here, probably hip distance apart will just be a little bit easier. We'll have a little play. So inhale, extend your arms over the head, long spine, look up, and then as you exhale, fold halfway, arms reach behind you. So squeeze your core, strong back. 3 more times. Inhale, extended mountain. And exhale, descend with control. 3 more times. Inhale up. And exhale down. So feel what's going on in the legs and the pelvis. Twice more. Reach up. And fold halfway. 1 more time. Inhale. And exhale. So release the legs, bend your knees if you need to. Shake your legs shake your head, shake your legs, your hips. Invite any movement or stillness that feels appropriate. Then inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, step into plank. And then hold it. So squeeze the legs together, protract the shoulders, and feel that engagement from the core we've just been cultivating very strongly. Use your entire body to lift up. And then exhale, chaturanga of your choice. Inhale, up dog or cobra. And exhale into down dog. Step walk or jump your feet towards your hands. Exhale, fold. And inhale, rise up, extended mountain. Exhale, Tadasana Samasthiti. For the next part, we're adding a bit of spice here. So as you inhale into extended mountain, come onto the balls of your feet. And hold it here. Squeeze the legs together. Allow the thighs to roll inwards. Maybe you bring the heels to touch to help you balance. Find your Uddiyana Bandha. So navel close to the spine. Lift the belly button in and up. And set your drishti, your gaze at a still point in front of you on the tip of your nose. I'm going to hold it here for another 3. Stay with it. 2, 1, and release. Maybe shake the legs if you feel like you need to. Where are we going with this? So we're gonna come up onto the fingertips, and then as you exhale, come into our flat back, staying on the balls of the feet. Then inhale, see if you could come back up. It's fine if you wobble, if you topple over, just come back. And then exhale, fold with control. I can really feel my calves cramping. So let's do it one more time. Inhale, just coming back up seems to be so much harder. And then exhale, brace your core and slowly begin to fold. Then hold it here in this weird flat back for another 3, 2, 1. Drop the heels down. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. And exhale into plank. So hold it in plank. We're going to switch into side plank, but just using our legs, so you can focus on what's going on in the core and the lower back. So just spin the feet to the right, come back to the center, spin to the left. Maintain the protraction in the shoulders. It's like your chest remains as still as you can, and try to isolate this movement to the legs and the pelvis, obviously your lower back and core. So keep switching. Maintain the strong foundation through the hands. Press down through the fingertips. A couple more times. Come back to the center. Exhale, chaturanga of your choice. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, down dog. Step, walk or jump your feet to your hands. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up, extended mountain. And exhale, Samastiti here, coming home. Then inhale, come up onto the balls of your feet. And stay. Focus on bringing energy to the core. Embrace the wobbles. They will never go away. Sometimes it just feels like the sea is calmer. And then some days there's a proper storm going there. And it's the ability to embrace it all and keep sailing. Inhale here. And then exhale slowly. Come into your flat back. And then hold it here for 3, 2, 1. Drop the heels down and move into Utkatasana, chair pose. The weight is in the heels. Gently lengthen through the lower back. Extend your arms and sink your hips low. So breathe in. Wrap the shoulder blades around your upper back. Calm and steady breath. Another breath in. And then exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. And exhale into plank. Drop down to your forearms, dolphin plank. Push from the shoulders. Hold it here. Find a connection between the thumbs and the index fingers. And then drop down to your belly, moving into Sphinx. Elbows slightly in front of the shoulders. Roll the shoulders back and down. Press through the tops of the feet, long spine. So practicing equanimity. Not placing value on the experience we're having, just simply taking it in. It's definitely easier said than done, and it's more easily applied to the postures that feel more accessible or pleasant. But the key is to find an equanimous attitude throughout your entire practice. Then drop down to your belly. Inhale into cobra or up dog. And exhale into down dog, 5 breaths. Settle into stillness, work on your foundation, and focus on the connection with the earth. So find that grounding and rooting sensations or qualities that will help you stay grounded so you can extend, grow, and flourish in your balances. And then walk, step or jump your feet towards your hands. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up, extended mountain. Exhale, Tadasana Samastitihi. Inhale, arms over the head. And you can keep them there if your shoulders don't feel too great. Hands at your heart or your hips. And we begin to shift their way onto the left foot, extending through the right leg. So you can just tap your toes, or you can lift the leg a bit higher. Try to keep your body in one plane, engaging the external hip rotators, gluteus medius, all the fun stuff that we tend to forget about. Then bring the leg down. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. 5 more times. Breathe in and out. Inhale and exhale. Breathe in and out. Inhale and hold. Sorry, I've lost the count. I'm not very good at counting. So keep holding the leg up. Enjoy the burn. Keep your core active and a long spine so you're not sagging. Lift the leg a bit higher. Just a little bit more. That's it. Beautiful ballerinas. For another 3, 2, 1, and release. Okay, shake your hips out. Let's do it on the other side. So if I just all of a sudden drop, it's just, I've lost the feeling in my legs. Okay, so start with a long spine and find that firming the deep core muscle. So it's that bringing the energy to the midline of your body and establishing a sense of balance. So now it's pretty straightforward where it is. But then when you start to lift the leg, you need to tilt your torso to the side. Or if you stay here, you need to find more engagement in the muscles. So it's all about negotiating that space. So hold it here for a moment. Notice what's going on. And then bring it down. Inhale up. Exhale down. 5 more times. In and out. 4 more. Begin to lift the leg slightly higher each time. Got another 2 to go. And here we go. Lift up and hold. Stay here. Long spine, relaxed shoulders. Lift the leg a bit higher. See if you need to tilt your torso. You can find more engagement in the outside of the left leg, so the adductors. Just a little bit more. And release. Shake your legs out or do whatever feels good. Amazing, we'll be flying in no time. Come to the top of your mat. And press down through the feet. So find a stable and solid mountain pose. And embody the qualities of a mountain. Inhale, rise your arms over the head. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. And exhale into plank. So hold it here for a moment. Feel your breath. Feel the stability and strength of your body. As you exhale, chaturanga of your choice. Inhale into your back bend. And exhale into down dog. And then step your right foot between the hands and stay high with the left knee. Squeeze the legs together and push down through the legs, so that's your foundation. Reach your arms overhead. So it doesn't have to be the deepest Anjaneyasana, but that you feel the strength of your lower body. So inhale here, and then exhale, fold, keeping the spine long, arms are reaching back. Inhale to the center. Exhale, twist towards the right leg, so the one that's in front. Inhale, center. Exhale, fold over the right leg. And then prepare. So keep the arms where they are. Shift the weight onto the standing leg as you lift up in Warrior 3. Hold it here. Try to keep the body in one plane. Push out through the back heel or the ball of the foot. Long spine. Slowly step the left foot all the way back. Inhale your arms up. And then exhale, transition into one-legged chaturanga. Inhale your back bend. Exhale, down dog. The other side. Inhale, left foot between the hands. Find the grounding you need and then rise from it. So settle here for a moment. Notice how it feels in the right hip. What you need to be more stable. Inhale and then exhale. Fold over the leg, keeping the spine long. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, turn towards the left leg in the twist. So the one that's in front, the other way, Pete, I think. That's it. The harder way, let's put it this way. Inhale to the center. Exhale, fold over the leg and begin to shift your weight onto the standing leg, reaching, lifting the back leg off the mat. Set your drishti at a still point down. Your gaze is towards the mat. And then slowly bend the front leg. Land your foot with control-ish. And inhale your arms over the head. Exhale, hands down, three-legged chaturanga. Inhale, back bend. And exhale, down dog. Stay here or child's pose, 3 breaths. Breathe into the back of your heart. Extend your spine. And then walk your feet halfway. Grab a block, although you might not need it. So you probably remember this from the back bending class, where we tilted the pelvis forward to reach the leg as high as you could. This time, you don't want to go past the horizontal line, but instead, focus on keeping the standing leg straight, lifting out through the arch of the foot and engaging through the quad. So it's more about keeping this stable rather than lifting the leg as high as you can. Although we will be lifting it, but only to the height of the hip. So bringing the floor closer to you can help you focus on what's going on in the leg. So try to keep the back of the leg open. Notice how that feels. And then exhale, bring the right leg down. So 1 breath per movement. Inhale up. Exhale down. 3 more times. Breathe in and out. Core is active. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in and hold. Focus on the standing leg. Press down through the mount of the big toe. Hold it. And then drop the foot down. Switching sides. So extend through the left leg and then lift it up so it's parallel to the floor. Check with your right leg or the other side how it feels. Remember, one side is usually stronger, the other one is more flexible. So just accept that this is how your body is. It's all good. Then exhale, bring it down. Inhale, lift it up. 3 more times. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. And exhale down. Inhale up and hold. Press down through the 3 corners of your right foot. Try to keep your hips square to the mat. And then bring the left foot down. You can remove the block, come into a forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, you can jump back or step back into plank. Exhale, chaturanga of your choice. So I'm not teaching jump backs today. Inhale into your back bend. And exhale, downward facing dog. Step, walk or jump your feet to your hands. Exhale, fold. And then inhale, rise up, extended mountain. Exhale, hands at heart. So we go again. Inhale, up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. And exhale, step into down dog. Settle here for a moment. And with the next breath in, right foot between the hands. Exhale here, find stability. Inhale, rise up, high lunge. Exhale, fold over the leg. This time as you inhale, begin to shift the weight forward. But then on the exhalation, you take the flight. Try to find that same engagement in the standing leg as you did with the block. If you need to keep a micro bend, it's perfectly fine. Maybe you bring the hands at your heart, maybe extend, so like you're flying. And then inhale, rise up to standing, arms over the head, left knee up. And then exhale, extend the leg. So hold it here. Just a little bit more you can do. I know it's really hard. And then bend, cross your left leg over the right and bring the hands down. So sinking in the hips, bending through the right leg, finding Garudasana legs. So if you can tuck your left foot behind the right calf. I can't find that internal rotation in the right leg in the standing position yet, so I'm staying here. Then if you want to, right arm underneath the left and double wrap. And same as we did at the beginning, lift the elbows up, sink your hips low. Keep breathing, trust yourself. Then you can release the arms and bring the left leg behind, dropping low into your shrimp squat. Hands at your heart. Stay here. And then bring the fingertips down, come into a forward fold. So stay here for a moment. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, jump back or step into plank, lower down. Inhale, open up. And exhale into down dog. Left side, so left foot between the hands. Exhale, settle. Breathing in, rise up, long spine. Exhale, fold over the leg. Inhale, prepare. And as you exhale, move into your version of Warrior 3 or Virabhadrasana 3. Embrace the wobbles, try to enjoy it, even if your body doesn't seem to be doing what you want it to do. Maybe extend your arms out. Maybe keep them in Anjali Mudra at your heart. With the next breath in, rise up to standing. Right knee up, arms over the head. Tilt your pelvis back so you can extend through the right leg. Keep breathing. Got it. I believe in you. And then bend the leg, cross it over the left. And begin to prepare for Garudasana. So squeeze the legs tightly together. Drop your hips low. If you want to, left arm underneath the right, double wrap. And work with what you've got. I struggle with the arm position because I can't look at anything. So bringing the proprioception into the posture just adds so much more to the challenge. Then release the arms, release the legs, and begin to drop the right knee close to the left ankle. Hands at your heart. I know it's burning, I know it's really hard, but we're nearly done. And then hands down, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. And exhale, plank or jump back. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. And exhale into child's pose. Arms extended or wherever it feels good. Relax. Feel your body, feel your breath. And then inhaling, come up, grab your blocks. We're going to try Lolasana. So, the higher the block setting you use, the easier it will be to find that front body compression to lift up. But the higher you set the blocks, the more wobbly they will be. So, you just need to see how you feel. So what we're going to do, first of all, I'm going to start on the highest setting. Come into a squat position. The blocks are quite close to your body. And we begin to shift the weight so the shoulders go past the wrists. You protract the shoulders. So you see, when I'm here, I can only bring the blocks so close, but I know that I will need to keep them underneath my shoulders when I transition. So maybe start like super tight here so you can lift up. And then you shift the shoulders past the wrists and begin to squeeze your core. So as though you wanted to lift off the mat. So I'm going to hold it here for 5. Come onto your tippy toes. 4. Squeeze your core, push from the shoulders. 3, 2, 1. Release, maybe come into Malasana. If that feels good, you can sit on the block. Relax for a couple of breaths. Find a little strength. We're going to need to do it again. Forgive yourself. Doesn't matter how well or not so well you did. What matters is that you tried. So let's go again. So I'll come here so you can see me better potentially. And same principle. So starting in the squat, plant your hands so you can shift the weight forward. And work with your shoulders. So protract around your upper back as you shift your weight forward. Maybe you lift one foot off the mat. 3, 2, 1. Switch the feet. 3, 2, 1. Bring it down, hold it here just for a breath. Bring it down, release your wrists, your shoulders. This one is really hard, and it's one of those that for a long time, it never felt like it was getting easier. So you might want to gently massage your wrists or clench your fists. Your feasts. I'm gonna have a feast later. Let's try it one more time. This time, if you want to, you can try to lift off. So take a deep breath in, sigh it out, let it go. And it doesn't matter whether you can or can't do it. We're just trying, we're just exploring. So find a right setting for the blocks and begin to lift the hips up. You need to find a solid base in the shoulders, and then maybe you lift. Find the core engagement for 3, 2, 1, and release. Move the blocks, shake your wrists, shake your arms out. It's all good. Come to lying on your back. Bend your legs, bend your arms. So you're in kind of like this dead bug position. If you want to, you can shake your legs, your arms. And bring the knees in. And then draw them towards your armpits. So you can grab hold of the outer edges of the feet. And then lift them up, happy baby pose. Maybe you want to just hold the ankles underneath the thighs, the knees, so you can roll your feet or point and flex. Just anything that you feel drawn to. If you're in a happy baby holding onto the feet, draw the tailbone closer to the mat so your entire spine is pressing down. And then bring the feet down. If you want to, find an inversion, either shoulder stand or plow. Focusing on keeping the active core and breathing into the back of your heart. 5 breaths here. Don't turn your head from side to side. Try to find peace and contentment being exactly where you are, and allow the body to settle and open when it's ready to. If you want to stay longer, or gently slide your hips and legs down. If there's anything that your body's still craving, if you want a spinal twist, go for it. Or if you're ready for Shavasana, then by all means, go and get your jumper, eye pillow, so you can enter the land of deep peace, reflection. When you're ready, squeeze all the muscles in the body, clench your fists. Just hold it for a couple of breaths, trying to find as much engagement and activation through the muscles. And then as you exhale, release it. So feel your body softening, getting heavier with every breath you take. Letting go of the practice. And just focus on the concept of balance we discussed at the beginning and explored in the last hour. Return to your samavriti, or equal breath. Start expanding your awareness. So noticing the sounds, the layers of sounds. Some are closer, some are more distant. So expanding the awareness, so noticing perhaps the energy around you. So tuning into the sound of your heartbeat. So become aware of being aware, just taking it all in and not anchoring on any particular aspect. Start taking deeper breaths in. Bring some gentle movement into the body. Roll over onto one side and then slowly transition back into seated. Feel free to unmute yourself. Remember, there's no rush. Return to your seat and close your eyes. Bring the hands at your heart. So allowing your attention to drop into the heart space. Feel its expansion with every breath. And feel the deep sense of peace throughout your body, your mind and your breath. Gently bow your head, thanking yourself and the body. And we'll close the practice with one round of Om. Take a deep breath in. Bathe in the vibrations of the universal sound, feeling united and whole, and then open your eyes. Thank you very much for your practice with me today. Namaste.
Namaste.
It was a really tough one, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
I caught my reflection in the mirror at one point and I was like, wow, just looked like a beetroot. So it's balancing can be quite tough on the legs.
Yeah.
You all did really well.
The madhouse of animals that decided to join in, Mags.
Yeah, well, I saw at the beginning in the grounding part of the practice that you just kept with your eyes closed. You just kept moving Tina away.
Makes your body feel heavy, doesn't it? People's legs feel like lead? Was it just me?
Oh yeah, especially like after a few repetitions, you really you can really experience that. It gets better. So there are different schools of thought, but I believe that repetitions are really important because training your body is like learning a language, and there's no denying that the repetition helps to memorize phrases, vocabulary, etc. But then also in terms of balances, standing postures, because the legs can't take it. So I wouldn't do like 18 repetitions for Lolasana because the wrists, hands aren't designed to bear weight as much. So even though you can be proficient at handstanding, etc., you can still put your legs through a little bit more than you would want to do that for your hands. So the stabilizing muscles in the feet, they tend to be weak because, as I mentioned last week, it's the footwear that we use. So all the padding, etc. It's not conducive to the natural muscular engagement. So one of my colleagues from the teacher training, he actually runs barefoot, which I wouldn't do, but I can see how it can be useful, because our feet were designed to, shoes were designed later on, basically. So obviously we have adapted, we have evolved, but at the same time, we're tending to forget to use or activate certain parts of our bodies. And, if you don't lose it, you lose it, that kind of thing. So with the stabilizing muscles, sorry, I just keep going off a tangent, is that you put them through a mill and they get a bit like, what's going on? But then all of a sudden you notice how much more stability you have standing on one leg.
Takes time, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly. And we've got whole April, the whole month to go through all that. So today was definitely like a strong practice to build that heat and make you realize how heavy your legs are, because you obviously just the quads, like 4 big like heads of the muscles, but you can do wonders with your body. So next time we're going to do more standing balances with hip openers. So obviously bringing in the more complex yoga postures in. Today was just all about the fire, but I hope that it helped you realize how much your core plays part in stabilizing in standing postures.
I think it was just good that my face was out of camera shot most of the time, because it didn't look relaxed at all.
It's fine. It just, it takes time, and sometimes you can control it better. Sometimes you can remind yourself and be like, okay, be relaxed. And sometimes it's like, you're fighting for your life. So it's all good. You're doing great.
All righty, thank you.
Thank you. Have you got any questions?
It was good, Mags. It was a fun one today.
Yeah, because you like legs, don't you?
I like balances. They're fun, aren't they? Wobbling around, it's fun.
Yeah, they can be quite revealing.
Yeah.
Because you might be feeling strong, like determined, like, oh, I'm gonna nail it today, but then actually you go through the practice and you can't stand on one leg, like, save your life. So this is the more advanced practice of yoga, practicing contentment, the santosha. It's like, oh, it doesn't matter. I'm not here to prove anything to anyone, including myself, because that's usually what the problem is. It's the ego. No ego, no problem. So I'll send you this practice if you'd like to revisit it, and I'll see you next week. So enjoy the bank holiday weekend. I hope it's sunny and you manage to get some rest, and I'll see you soon.
A happy Easter.
Okay.
Yes.
Happy
Happy
Easter. Thank you, Mags.
Thank you.
Mwah. Much love.
Take care, everyone. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks to everyone.